facing the door.
God dang it.
Just got comfortable.
Of course we did. That's better.
Wow, that didn't look right. My pants are just like... I'll have to recheck that later. Like, I hope nothing was sticking out. I don't think it was.
Solomon, I love you too, Bubby, but you can't... No, not right now.
Like, you've been completely ignoring us for like the past hour, and now you want up here.
Ow, ow, ow! Stop!
Stop.
You cannot do that! No, not right now, bud. Yeah, no, he's legitimately...
He's so jealous all the time. Well, there's that bear again.
Yeah, here's this bear again.
So this morning, I had fed everybody, and he and Basha were in here sleeping. And so, but I had scattered a bunch of stuff, because Kalista likes to hunt. So sometimes I'll scatter the food, but I decided to give her more than just her pellets in the morning. I gave her some strawberries and some carrots, and I put it all over the enclosure. And she's running around getting them, and Elric was with her. I'm like, I'm going to watch him hunt. And I think, this would be a good time to get Pomona out. So I got Pomona out, and I'm sitting on the floor petting Pomona, and we're watching Callisto and Elric hunting around. And Solomon's over here. As soon as he realized what was going on, he's looking over the little barrier we have, and he's barking at me because he wants attention.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you get jealous much?
So apparently that turkey is by that bear.
It's quite the 2-for-1 sale.
It is quite the 2-for-1 sale. Oh, turkey's walking. So we wanted to go and do this stream today, and we weren't sure what game we could go and play that we could do to go and talk about what we wanted to talk about. Stop chasing the cat.
Plus, with this down to one system, it makes it weird.
Yeah.
We were talking about playing Hunting Simulator or Hunter Call the Wild, and I said, well, you could play on mine, and then, because I might get bored, and it can be hard for me to watch when somebody else is doing something first person. I was like, I'll do Hunting Simulator 2 on my Switch, which obviously wouldn't be streamed, but I forgot I apparently deleted it when I bought the one on the PS4. So I'm actually sitting here waiting for it to re-download.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking over this way, it's because I'm watching my TV.
Oh, this is gross. This is gross. But yeah, no, we wanted to do a stream and talk about our pets a little bit.
Yeah, that last video, because they were almost all in it. I think Teve might not have been.
Thanks, Solomon. Wasting bullets.
I don't see nothing scattering, so that's good. Well, we had the idea, like, we should do a video, like, explaining where they got their names from. Because, you know, the thought we went into for their names is pretty good. It actually started while I was watching Callisto and Elric think about how Elric got his name, and I was like, just make a good video.
I told you that turkey and the fucking bear are in cahoots.
I'm just picturing them, like, romping through the forest with the turtles happy together playing.
Okay. Turkey's this way.
Very old. There's Solomon watching.
Yeah, Solomon.
He likes to watch this one.
Yeah, he really does.
Is there any movies with, like, animals? Like, we watched a White Fang the one day, and I forget what all. We're gonna watch Call of the Wild, the one from the '90s, not the new one. I don't know, that new one with Harrison Ford didn't look that great too. Like, all the CGI animals in the trailer just looked terrible, and that threw me off. Like, you're gonna do a movie on that book, you gotta get, like, actual animals. It's my opinion. But maybe it wasn't finished. I should probably give the movie a go.
I'm not very good at the game, so...
You somehow she shoots better in this game than me. I can't figure it out. I'm terrible at this one. I'll play Hunting Simulator and be just fine. But this game that has less rules because it's more arcadey, I don't do. But I'm good at spotting things, so we'll go out together and she'll usually shoot them.
Yeah, no, Should we tell them about what I did on my first shot? One of my first shots.
Go for it.
So, one of my very first shots happened. Why is my turkey's going? Okay, it's going up here. But so one of my very first shots, I wasn't even sure if I'd make the stupid shot, but it had to have been about 100 yards, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. It wasn't a difficult shot, but it's her first time doing anything. She almost walked right up to the animal. And it's like, that's almost scary because now you expect them to notice you and scatter.
This turkey's going in circles. I give up.
We don't know how far it is. I don't know if you want to try the collar.
That's true.
Now that we have that digital one.
Well, that's not what I wanted. Where's the collar?
I forget what the button is. So.
I think it's this one.
No, but you gotta select it. You gotta bring that wheel thing up.
I'm just over here freaking making weirdo noises.
I know the dog's all like, huh?
Okay. Well, now I'm on the ground. I did something.
Yeah, that's for photo mode.
Okay.
It's wonderful to bring up the wheel something over on this side. Don't chase the cat.
I'm just over here making all the animal sounds.
Well, that was deer.
Yep.
But that was like a European deer.
Oh, shit. Bobcat.
Yeah, lure him with something he's gonna hunt. That's smart.
It is smart.
Yeah, then he'll be ready to pounce.
Yeah, and I'm gonna shoot his ass.
To die trying. A bunch of the maps were on sale, and she got me a $25 gift card for Christmas for PSN. So I'm going to buy all this stuff for Call of the Wild. So I bought like 5 more maps, both the hunting lodges, a couple weapon packs.
Yeah.
They got like half the DLC for pretty much nothing, so that was kind of neat. The cat's allowed to be out there.
Yes, the cat is allowed to be out there. But, no, back to the story with, the first shot that I took. I was standing about 100 yards away from the deer, and I managed to hit it in something vital, and then we chased it for like, what, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, no, because you didn't get the vital hit. That's why she was bleeding. We're just trying to track the blood. Finally, I was like, we're done. But yeah, it was a 20, 30, not even close to an hour. It was pretty funny.
I missed something. Something made a noise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the turkey's long gone.
So if you're going to talk about how your pet's got their name, you can start.
So, you should start because Thor was older.
I mean, I guess. So, Thor got his name before I got him. It was like a joke. We had got this cat, and he didn't have a name for about 2 weeks, but he was just into everything. And for the record, this is before the Marvel movies or anything. Because when Thor was about a year old, I made a joke about taking him to go see the Thor movie. Like, they should let him go see his own movie in theaters. So anyway, we get this cat. He's into everything. I says, he's so mischievous, we should call him Loki. And then we had the idea of, like, maybe if we get another kitten, He'll direct his energy on the other kitten, and they'll just kind of play together. Maybe he won't be destroying everything. So I'm looking on like Craigslist for like free kittens because you see them all the time. At least you used to. You ain't gonna find a free dog though. So I find somebody who's got free kittens, and I talk to him. I said, "Well, I want to get him because we got another kitten. I want to get one." I said, "So can I bring him to meet yours? That way, you know, any of them that aren't going to get along, I'll just ignore him. And if he finds what he gets along with, I'll take that one." And I say, "Go ahead." So we get there, and I'm thinking I'll get a boy. That way, I'll have two boys, and that way, if I can't get them fixed right away, it's not a problem. All the kittens are girls. All of them ignore Loki except for one. She's trying to get into his carrier. She's wrestling with them. They start licking on each other's heads. They're doing where they rub the cheeks together. So finally, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take her. She's like, now I got to make sure I get them fixed right away. So I'm leaving, and the lady that gave me the cat, she says, "You know what you're gonna name her?" And it was like a joke. I said, "Well, Loki's wife was Sagan. I guess I could call her Sagan." And then we just kind of went with that. So the way Thor came about was, I was mentioning how I wanted a dog, but the only one I ever had was when I was a kid. We had a dachshund, and I said that might not be right for our household because they're just almost too much energy. But my knees weren't as bad then as they are now, so I was still running. So I wanted a dog that could go running with me, but I wanted something. Shit. I wanted something that could go running with me, but it needed to be smaller. So
That's a warning call.
It's got to be some kind of a hound. So it has a lot of energy, but it can be smaller. So I says, we should just get like a toy or a miniature poodle. It would have the energy level to go running with me. And he'd be small enough that he wouldn't scare the cats. And my ex-wife says, "What are you going to name your poodle?" And I says, "Well, we already got Loki and Sagan. I guess we could call him Thor." And we laughed. So I'm at work a couple weeks later. We had found some poodle puppies online because we were looking, and I says, "Well, look, there's a red one. And, they say Thor had some sources say yellow, some say red, but mostly he's the one guy who had red hair. It's like, look, there's a red one. He'd be a perfect Thor." And we kind of laughed. A couple weeks later, I come home from work, and there's like a little pen, like a playpen set up in the kitchen, and there's this little red poodle sitting in there and a little toy hammer next to him. So he got his name. Elric's story is kind of similar. We had picked out the name first, but so that was how Thor got his. So one worthy mention is we had got another cat later on. He was jet black. We had to get rid of Loki and Sagan. They were destroying stuff. Like Loki would actually go and sit in he would get into the drawers in the kitchen. He could open the drawers and he'd go grab silverware and he would sit there and throw every piece of silverware across the kitchen, go retrieve them, and then throw them again. So you'd hear clatter. It'd be like an hour of things clattering and then nothing while he was gathering them, but then another hour. And finally, we can't deal with it. We got to get rid of these cats. So later on, we wanted another cat, and I said, we need just like some big fat Maine Coon who's just going to sit there and do nothing. So we find one at the shelter. He was born in the shelter, little fat guy. He looks so lazy, like he can't hardly move. He's been born in the shelter. He's lived his whole life in just like a little kennel, basically. He's about a year old. He's jet black. His hair sticks straight up like a porcupine. He has the brightest yellow eyes ever. So we end up taking him. Him and Thor become best friends. So I'm going to call him Static, because he looks like he's been hit with like a static surge or something. Turns out he was very energetic once he realized he had room to move. He didn't know how to jump. I had to teach him to jump so he could get over some of the baby gates. We had to keep the dogs out of some of the cat areas. And once that happened, he would jump everywhere. He would basically play the floor is hot lava and jump around the living room by way of all the furniture without touching the ground. He'd like springboard off of it. So I'm taking him and Thor to the vet one day, and this kid asked me what their names was. I says, well, the dog is Thor and the cat's Static. And the kid goes, "You've got a Marvel and a DC." And I laughed and said, I didn't think of that, but I really do. And then they're both guys who kind of use electricity.
They are.
So now I'm in game now and I don't remember how to play. At least my save file's still good. I might have got rid of the game, but I kept my save file.
What turkey's way the fuck over here.
So weren't you going to talk about one?
That would be Miss Stripe. So, this cat, oh jeez. What didn't she do? So she was my first tortoise shell that I ever had. Because I don't know what it is about her. She caught my eye. So my ex was giving kittens away because his one cat happened to have kittens, and you know it happens. Like,
yeah, that's how you end up with 9, 10 of them.
Yeah, that is how you end up Champney Ridge. Cool. But that is how you end up with 10 cats. I learned my lesson. But no, she's how I started with cats on my own. But she got her name. She spent probably about 2 weeks without a name because I couldn't figure her out. She was this tiny little ball of buzz, and she would either act real sweet or she would act like the Tasmanian devil some days.
Why are you staring at the furnace open? The dog just did, like, the furnace kicked in. He just walks over to the vent and he's just staring at it like, huh?
He does that all the time. Every time it kicks in.
First time I ever saw that.
Every time it kicks in, he stares at it.
Hey, you're in my way, dude. You gotta come back over here. Solomon.
But he's
Solomon.
looking at Basha.
Solomon, over here. Okay, fine. Get up on the couch then. He's trying to eat me.
Yes, he is. He's such a lovely bug.
There's room, dude, but you gotta lay down. Oh, so now you're gonna stretch out more so there's no room for him. Hey, come on, man.
Hey, no.
I'm okay with this turn of events. I think I'll shut mine off. I think it took longer for me to re-download that than I played it. That's okay. Go.
I don't. Thanks for pressing buttons, my dude.
Okay, you sound like a neckbeard on the internet. You're over here breathing heavy and panting and wanting me to rub your belly. We're just gonna get you a fedora.
This is what I want. But no, Stripe got her name because of how she acted and everything like that. Well, this little cat, more than once,
Stop.
warning thump.
Not a rabbit?
Yes.
We know all about that from Persephone.
Yes, we do. Warning thumps usually mean that they're close by.
If you could hear it. My name's Thumper, because that's what I do.
Run. I want the light.
Yeah, just lick your crotch on camera. That's good. It's just out of shot, but everybody knows what you're doing from the way they can see your ear.
Yep.
Basha's using my pillow.
Yeah, it's cute.
Not only will she use the pillow, she's laying there with her head on the pillow, but she'll curl up next to me and then she wants a part of the pillow. Or she'll just use my arm as her pillow.
But, back to Stripe. She's been about 2 weeks without a name because she would, the fuck? It's a goat. It's fleeing.
We can't use the hunting dogs in game because Basha will bark at them.
Yes.
But she'll bark at she'll try and her hunting instincts kicked in. She'll try to take the place of the dog, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And she can see good. She'll bark at something on screen, like she must have seen something. Oh yeah, there's something off the distance.
Well, you look like a red fox, but it's actually a gray fox. As their name suggests, you can tell the difference by their somewhat gray coats and the black top and tip of their tail.
Yep, I know all about that. There he goes, right in front of you.
Yeah, but I also saw the black bear. Black bear's down just a little ways.
She's never gonna finish her story. She's too scatterbrained.
Yeah, I am. Feed zone.
Oh, so you can wait there. Seven to 10. Do we know what time it is?
It's got to be about that time because we just saw one of them.
It'd be on the GPS.
Yeah, but that bear.
I don't know if we have the right equipment to take down a bear, but it'll tell you once you zero in on him. As long as you see him before he sees you, you'll be
Oh,
fine.
I saw him before he saw me.
Just make sure you're upwind.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You don't have a toy poodle to fight him off.
No, I don't, because the bear went off that way. I'm almost sure of it. It looked like a little one. Because what's that down there? Log.
Since we joke that one of those houses like a mill, we should put a mill wheel, and that's actually those for hay. Hey, he went over to kiss the cat and she swatted at him. He's like, I don't care, my tongue touched her.
Black bear, very old. I'm not trying to track the black bear, but that's what seems to be accidentally happening.
Oh man, my lights turned off.
Damn.
So it could be like 1 o'clock almost.
Give or take, yeah.
We learned from the last stream the lights are on in that room so that this one doesn't cause us. And then our ones by the windows. One thing I really like about this game, if you don't have a map and your buddy does, and you want to join their game, it'll still let you play with them. So, like, I have most of the ones we wanted, and she's got, like, one or two extra that she wanted so she could play on her own if she was on her account.
Yeah.
But mostly, I just have them buy them when they're on sale and we can both play them. And I think that's great. Like, unlike something like Conan where we have to buy every DLC twice. That adds up real quick.
White-tailed deer.
Hey, she's snoring.
She is snoring, I heard her.
You'll start to hear subtle differences between individuals.
Yeah, you can clearly hear.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get it, but if you hear what sounds like somebody snoring, that's Basha.
Yeah,
She gets loud, like human loud. But it's like once per night, and it's maybe for 20 minutes. But she'll wake us up because she's snoring so bad. That doesn't bother me. I get scared when she gets the hiccups in her sleep, though.
If you're looking for bobwhite quails, you need to be more organized in your approach and be ready when they flush.
He's looking at this camera like that husky meme. Dog wants to be a meme.
Dog does want to be a meme. The fucking black bear! I swear to God, I am not trying to go after a black bear.
I know we told this story before, but Solomon got his name from us playing Conan. We wanted to give him a name from like a book. And I said, well, we've played a lot of Conan, let's give him a character from a Robert E. Howard story. And so Conan was the first thought, but like now that could confuse it for the dog if we said we're going to go play the game. So then I thought, well, you know, as far as the barbarian stuff goes, I was like Cull, but that name just doesn't work. So then I was watching the movie Solomon Kane, and I was like, oh yeah, we could just call him Solomon. So then I said, you should give him a middle name. So she gives him one from a Lovecraft story. So it's Howard and Lovecraft, and they were friends. They did a lot of back and forth through pen pals to writing. So they kind of worked out good. And then James Randi passed away when we went to actually, like the day before we were doing the paperwork with his actual name on it. So she added Randy. So he's got two middle names, and one of them's Randy after James Randi.
Yep.
I says, why'd you do that? She goes, because I knew you liked that guy. So that what led to Basha. We were like, well, Solomon's named after a character from a book. If Basha's going to be her partner, she should have a book name. And then my childhood babysitter had passed away this last year. Her name was Barb. So we decided to go with Basha for being shorthand for Barbara, but also for the connection to Pan Vodioski. Because like, we need to be a strong female. She's a really strong, independent girl, man. I hate using those terms, but she is. But she's also very girly. And it's like, what character do you know that had like both sides of that? And that was really the best one we could think of. Because any of the other ones were almost too masculine or too feminine. I thought that was perfect for her. She doesn't know. She hasn't watched the movie yet.
No.
We're doing it where we do like we watch it and then sit down and talk about it like right after, but we just haven't got the chance. I don't know where you got Jasmine's name from.
Jasmine's name, Warning Thump. Jasmine's name came from her being so shy. Because Jasmine spent her first few nights in a bookshelf of her own choosing. swatting at the dog.
Not under it, not on top of it, like we had an empty shelf in the middle, and it was like, because it was this little shelf.
She emptied the shelf.
Because nothing would really fit in it, like books or CD. Like you couldn't even fit like CDs in it, so we had some knickknacks in there or whatever.
Yeah,
but
she pushed them off.
And she just sat in there for like the first 2 days.
Yeah, swatting at the dog.
Yep, every time we walked, and the dog wasn't even like he'd look at her like okay, and just walk past. Like he had to walk past her, and she'd swat at his tail every time, and he didn't bother her at all. It was kind of funny.
Check out what I found.
Is it gonna be a tower?
It's a tower.
And then Callisto. So when she was getting Jasmine, I was looking through other animals they had, and I'm looking at rabbits, and I says, we're going to be putting Thor down probably within the next year. It might be easier for me if I get another animal now. Boy, did this blow up in my face. So I was like, I wouldn't mind another rabbit, because Bunny was pretty awesome. And they had 3 or 4 rabbits. They had one. I said, look, they got an albino. I want to meet this one. And its name was Zout. We figured Zout sounded like a boy name, so we never looked at the sex. So she takes me over there to meet Jasmine. And we do that, and I said, well, look at the rabbits. And I look at the rabbits, and I finally ask her, I said, hey, you had this albino rabbit on the website, but I don't see it. I see all the other rabbits, but not her, or not him. And they're like, oh, you mean Zout? And I says, yeah. And they're like, yeah, she doesn't get along with other animals, so she's in the back. And I was like, well, could I meet with her? So they let me meet with her, because they're like, she's got an attitude, she probably won't like you. She was very cautious. She was really loud. You would have heard her if I wasn't talking. I wonder. This thing has a pretty long cord.
You're hooked. You're hooked.
Yeah, I see. She woke up. It's trying to get you on video snoring, girl. Okay. Crap. The cord is making it so it won't go where I want it. I have to wrap it back behind the system again.
Don't ask me how I'm still doing so well.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully I got this kind of right. Alright. It sucks she woke up. Oh well. So, we meet this rabbit. She's really cautious. We were in there for about an hour, but about after 45 minutes, she'd already let us pet her and stuff, but she started jumping up on my lap and everything, and she seemed to like me pretty good. So we're like, yeah, we'll take her. So we gotta give her a different name. Because it's an albino. We thought it was a boy, so right away I says, I want to meet her because we could call her Elric of Melon Bunny after Elric of Melibone. And we thought, it's worth doing just for the name. And then since she's a girl, and it's like, we can still use the name because it's a rabbit, it doesn't care. But I didn't feel like giving her the boy's name of Elric was going to work. Plus, she's got these two, her teeth are kind of weird. They're like this and kind of jagged. They're not even. Even though she chews on things a lot, they should even them out, but they don't. So because that, she kind of looks like Count Orlok. And with her bright red eyes, we're like, she looks like a vampire. So we got to go with a vampire name. So of course the first thing anybody's going to be like, oh, you should do Bunnicula. And it's like, it's too on the nose. So our first thought was Carmilla. And I was like, I just don't like the way it sounds. And I said, if we're going to do that, we could go with the Hammer horror route, name her after one of the Carstasies or something. But it didn't really work. And someone from Camilla, we got to the Greek Callisto, who was the one who ends up as the big bear in the constellations. And I was like, yeah, I like Callisto, that works. Plus on the TV show Xena, Callisto was like the evil version of Xena. So I like names that have multiple meanings. So I was like, that could work for her. So that's why we got Elric. She says, what are we going to name him? And I says, where I get the correct name? He could be Elric of Melon Bunny. And it's like, but he's not albino, but his mate is, and he does have white in him. But with the character of Elric being a sorcerer, something about this cat or this rabbit, he looks like a sorcerer, and it ended up being a good pick because Elric's supposed to be a rather frail character. The story I was told is that Moorcock's publisher told him to do something like Conan the Barbarian, and he took offense to that, so he wanted to create a character that was the complete opposite. So, like, Conan's a big, strong guy. Elric's a little frail guy. Conan's a warrior. He can't stand magic. So Elric's a sorcerer. Like, he really ran with it. But one of the things in the Elric stories is say he likes to use herbs to help with, like, his illnesses or whatever. They always refer to him as herbs, but they kind of make it seem like he's doing pot. Well, Elric, they all like herbs, but Elric goes nuts for him. That's like his favorite thing. So the name was too perfect for him. So he lives up to it.
Did you know the white-tailed deer is one of New Hampshire's living insignia? It's also one of our most popular species among hunters. So, if you like hunting white-tailed deer, feel free to take part in our challenge. Can't wait to see you in action.
I gotta admit that sequel they made to this, the fishing one, looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, it does.
I wish it was an expansion. You could just, but that might have been too much. Could have broke the game. They needed like one of these, like a bushcraft camping simulator or something. That'd be fun. See, I don't get to go out as much anymore with all the health issues I had over the past year and having to take care of her. And so this is a nice way to sort of do that. If I can get things going, I might try some backyard camping with these two this summer. At least with you, I think you'll be alright. I think Solomon might be too crazy. I did like that one tent we saw that couple in Russia using. That A-frame one, or the inflatable.
Mm-hmm.
I've been walking in the wilderness as long as I can remember. Me and my father basically lived outdoors. I'd get to know every species, every specimen. Learn what they eat, where they sleep, how they feel. At the end of the day, you gotta respect all creatures, especially the ones you hunt.
I would agree with that.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. If you're gonna hunt a little bit of everything, that means you gotta respect everything.
Wow, that's gorgeous. That's part of what I like about this guy. I can't shoot anything worth shit. Just wandering through the forest and just having a lot of
I
fun.
was 19. I worked here as a seasonal ranger one summer, and I just fell in love with the place. I was lucky they offered me a full-time job as a ranger. Flash forward 20 years, and I'm head warden. Funny how life can be sometimes.
See, that was something I wanted to do, was be a forest ranger, because I don't like school, and that requires like a 4-year degree. So despite the fact that I've learned most of what they would do, I couldn't get the job. But then Bob told me later on, he's like, you could have been a fire watch. I was like, well, that would have been cool. I never
That
thought
same
about it.
reserve you visited back then, this probably gives you a big clue as to...
So I was looking into that before I met you. Like, because I wanted to get out of my old situation, and Bob's like, yeah, well, let's just take the dog with you. So I was applying for jobs for that. It's like, I don't care where in the country they want to send me.
His name? Carlton Locke, a.k.a. my old man. Everyone always calls him Doc, even my mom. I never understood why.
What?
I missed something.
I feel like I did too.
Just over here looking for something.
Running down this room. You hit broadcast settings.
What I was thinking.